Before we get started, enjoy some commercials from our livestream sponsors. Are you running a domain business? Did you know that we offer premium memberships at acorndomains.co.uk and dnforum.com? One membership for both forums. dnforum.com is the oldest active domain name forum in the world, with over 536,000 members and established in 2001. acorndomains.co.uk is the main online community for the UK domain investors, with over 15,500 members and established in 2004. We offer different premium memberships to help you to reach your business goals, starting from an individual membership, which includes numerous perks, to a platinum membership. For more details, please visit either of the forums or simply leave a comment on this video and we will contact you. Thank you for considering our premium membership. We look towards helping you to reach your business goals.
Good evening, Federico.
Good evening. Good evening. Ciao, Helmut.
Good evening, everybody. I will do a quick intro, and then after that we will jump and we'll dive into the Federico's knowledge. A quick one. My name is Helmut Meshko, and I'm the owner of DN Forum, Econ Domains, and organizer of London Domain Summit. I'm also the main person behind the Maria ecosystem. We have host Maria, Maria Coin, Maria by Marketplace, and some other things are coming up. And when I did meet Federico, Eleonora, and the team at London Domain Summit, they offered me to have, free of charge, thank you, Federico, our own extension. Although in the beginning, it was the extension they offered was a bit different, I did ask them to give us, if possible, .maria. What Freename did consult with each other, and they said, okay, Helmut, you will get .maria TLD. And it is a Web3 TLD, and this live stream is from a perspective of a business owner like me, who would love to have his own Web3 TLD. TLD means domain name extension, everything that comes after the dot. So in this case, it would be livestream.maria. And how you can do that? What are the fees? Can you do it? Can you do lifetime offers many things? And Federico, could you please introduce yourself? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Helmut. Nice to meet you, everyone. So I'm happy to be here to this space, also to talk a bit about actually what I'm working for more than a year right now. I am Federico Costa, co-founder and CTO, Chief Technology Officer of Freename.io. Freename is a Web3 domain and TLD platform that enables everyone to own a TLD, top-level domain. Like you said, Helmut, on Google.com, the .com part, it's a top-level domain. Right now, the market provides, and it's possible to have a top-level domain in the standard domain industry, but it requires bureaucracy. It also has a lot of costs to manage it and to handle them. So it's something that is restricted to some companies right now, which are the registries. And it's important, it's okay. This is actually how the world of domain has actually grown in time. Right now, we are in a situation where there is also a possibility using a new kind of technology, which is called blockchain, to handle and enable everyone to own a top-level domain. It's a bit different from the standard top-level domains. We need to say that. They are on Web3. We will talk about this later. But I'm happy to say that everyone can actually purchase a top-level domain for their own business, communities, for their own brands, for their own activities. And on this top-level domain, they can have domains, obviously, on that top-level domain. The cool thing about Freename is that enables everyone that owns a top-level domain to earn royalties from every domain purchased on that top-level domain. And this is something incredible because with just some simple action, you can run a business on this. And on to saying this, I take a bit of a note. As mentioned before, I mentioned Web3 domain. It's something a bit different from standard domains. What is changes? Well, actually, a Web3 domain is residing on a new technology infrastructure, which is called, as said, blockchain. We maybe know this from Bitcoins, from other things, but the blockchain behind it's a database where information are stored, and the ones that owns it, you can actually have it and handle it as you want. What it means is that you can actually have a domain, you can own it, and you can manage it also without actually the need to go through registrars. When you have it, you can manage it. This is great. And we want to do, and what actually we provide is the entire infrastructure technology to make it possible. However, Web3 domains, since are there, are not into the ICANN root infrastructure and system.
Okay.
This actually means that to support that, to use them, we need a bit of technologies. Right now, we are in an early stage environment, but things are growing and evolving during time. So this is actually a bit, in just a brief, Freename, Web3 domains, and what we're working on. Please do it to you, Edmund.
Thank you, Federico. And a quick intro about yourself, please.
Okay, thank you very much. So,
thank you.
Actually, I have a bit particular background. So I've started on my journey with the joy and the aim to own my own company when I was also 9 years old. I was dreaming of that kind of thing.
Nice, yes.
This moved me on understanding technologies. Why technology? Because I saw behind the IT, the information technology, behind the development, opportunity to build something with just your own private skills. So I started coding at 12 years old. I'm from Italy, Venice. So
wow.
Gondolas, we eat pizza and stuff, but also we enjoy with the beauty of Italy. And I tried from the beginning to understand the technology, how it was working and so on. My first website was at 14 years old. And from that, I learned a bit more about also what was the name, domains, what was it, why it was needed. At the time I remember, I hadn't money to pay it. So I used a solution called altervista.org that enables you to have a second level domain for free. So for me, it was something stunning at the time.
Federico, I did exactly the same. I did use that service as well. Fantastic.
It is. No, this is actually how the things they start. Okay. So I grow in time, and I grow by understanding also businesses. I run some businesses, started also the development, understanding a bit of things. And my passion about the domain industry was on the technical side. I was a lot into the DNS part, understanding how this system was working, because my idea at that time was to have my own internet. Okay, this was my dream. The life brings you on different experience. I went to university and I studied economics and management because I saw there was a lack for me of understanding of the economical part of the things, which is important. Technology it's okay, but it requires also the sustainability of the economics business model to make something that makes sense, right? So I got to study that. And I went and also got experience on the blockchain as a passion. Okay. At the time, I remember when I went into it was because there was this talk about Bitcoin that was hitting $500 at the time. It was a long time ago. So I get into understanding the technology. And at the time, I was interested in technical part because the economical part was not okay for me to understand. Then I also realized that and I saw the potential behind the entire infrastructure. And with life brings you to meet people, understanding things, do work, and so on. I got in contact with the other two co-founders of Freename. At the time, we were just talking and having a passion together, which was about domains. One is Davide, that was into the domain business on the part of aftermarket, so it was purchasing domains, selling domains. The other one was Mattia for all the part of marketing. And we were together, sitting together, discussing about domains domains and domains and domains, about the opportunity, about the fact that there were 3 domains that were coming at that moment, which were ENS and unstoppable domains that maybe are some names that someone maybe knows.
Yes.
And talking about that, we were seated there, we were discussing each other, and we said, wait, but why we don't do something like that? Yeah, but there are really some competitors. What we can do different? And when we said we can enable everyone to make and have their own TLD, then Davide, which is the CEO, said, oh man, this is great. And he went to me and said, is it possible? I said, yeah, technically it's possible. We need to think some thoughts to understand. Mattia started always to think about a marketing perspective and commercial part and how.
Okay, yes.
So we started understanding. We started by doing a little proof of concept. We understood the technicalities that was possible. We understood there was maybe some limitation at the time, but when you deal with the things, you make them better, you improve them. We went out October last year, so it's 1 year that we are live, and we rocked in the world. Actually, I would like to say we definitely rock, because when we went, we weren't expecting that kind of passion of the users that right now are with us. So this is a bit of my story and a bit of what actually we reached. And just to want to say one thing about my story, my hobbies are acting and dancing. And for the ones that maybe had got the chance to meet me, we did karaoke together. Actually, it's one of my part. Trying to merge a bit technical, business, and also expression of someone or everyone's. It's something that I love. Domains, for what I see, it's a way of expressing, because you can express your own way of businesses, your own way of communicating, your own way of being present in the world. And so if you enable everyone to also be expressed in the TLD part, which was the part you cannot choose, that you can choose from some selected points, and you cannot have your own ones. Now with this, I'm really happy of the result we are achieving.
So, and thank you. I didn't know that story. Really interesting. And all those who are watching, and I can see that people are watching across many different places where we are publishing this stream, I would like to say huge thanks to Paige Howe. I believe he was the main catalyst of introducing you to me. Yes? Or Freename to us.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you, Paige.
Thank you, Paige.
And if you have a question to Federico, and let us please type it in the comments, and do not be afraid to hold yourself back. If you want to ask a really specific technical question, ask it. If we'll have an answer, we'll have an answer. If your question is very, very simple, for example, what is Web3? If you are just watching, you are curious and you don't understand anything, again, don't hold yourself back. Ask your question. I'll put it up on the screen and it will get answered, hopefully. Federico, before we dive in, how much time do we have?
For me, all the time you booked. So I think until the
I was very careful not booking anything. Till 8? 1
yeah,
hour.
Yes. Until 8 CT, yes.
Yes, fantastic. Or until the last question.
I'll do the last question, actually, yes.
Be careful. We have done streams close to 4 hours.
Yes.
From the viewers. Okay, so the first things first. Is .Maria active already?
I need to check. Actually, they are the operation guys that are managing them.
Yes, and can you check it now, please?
Sorry, can you repeat them?
Can you check it now, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And those who are watching, so once again, those who are tuning in, my name is Helmut Meshkowans, and we have received .Maria TLD from Freename. And from my side, I have been withholding myself back, and I have not done any research on how to run a Web3 TLD. I don't know anything. Basically, I have put myself on diet, and even though Federico connected 5 minutes earlier, I did ask him, Federico, let us not talk about domain names. I just want to be able to ask all these questions naturally online. So now it is time for me. I have my notebook ready, my pen and questions, and you are here and your questions.
Happy to reply.
So,
Happy to
then how can we actually check which TLD is active? and which one is not. For example, somebody wants to order something. They need to know maybe somebody has registered it.
Yes, exactly. So there are some things I would like to say about this. So I will now get to you about that. Give me 1 second. That I'm
Of course, take your time. This is all natural. And those who are watching, there is no script. And thank you for Freename team who allowed me to go for this stream without a script.
No worries. Actually, I also think that it's important to have free discussion. As also we say, Freename, having also free discussion is part of the game and how we can also handle this. Give me just 1 second.
Of course, take your time, take your time. And again, those who are watching, this should be a particularly good and important stream for anybody who wishes to run your own TLD. From my side, I can say that I'm not afraid to dive into the blockchain questions as well. I've got them as well. So I can quite often I see that while Federico is doing the search or getting an answer.
Yes, give me 1 second because I need to access, and I have some security levels that also need to imply. So just 1 second.
Yes, what are those security layers that you have in place? I'm curious.
Well, we have multi-factor securities, so like multi-factor authentication, and this is also something that we set up because dealing with important information requires to handle them with careful. So
Absolutely.
we have levels of accounts and securities to make everything safe and ensure that nothing's moved and nothing breaks. So we need to do that and now I'm just passing some different challenges to just focus on the things.
That's interesting. So it means, for example, you cannot have a programmer who one evening just gets drunk and decides to delete something. It will be impossible.
No, it's totally blocked because there needs to be everything.
Nice.
Like in terms of coding, requires multiple approval of multiple actors that has different rights. Then there is a point that when you deliver an asset, the asset is on the blockchain and resides directly to the owner. So there's no way someone can steal that or can take it or can manage it. Okay, it's yours. So also I will also go into explain a bit of question that I see also in the chat.
We have let us we can go into the questions as well. And while we are checking, which is better, Web3 or Web2? Okay,
so how can I say? Is it better Peach or Apple? I don't know. Okay. Those are fruits. Here, what I want to say is that Web3 is an upgraded version of what we have in terms of infrastructure right now. Web 1 was at the time of Wikipedia when it went live. So you can just check inside, you can read information, but you cannot actually interact with that information. Web 2 was the moment where we had the possibility in the web to upload our videos, put our posts, so like on Facebook, like YouTube. That is Web 2. Web 3, it's another level where we have infrastructure that enable us to own assets, okay? And also to, I can own assets, but I can also manage these assets. So these assets can be like tokens, so like they can have a value, they can be programs, they can be licensed, they can be domains. These assets, thanks to this infrastructure, they don't need to have a company like a bank or someone that hosts the information for you and you reside on them to manage it. With this infrastructure, through some little application that you can install, you can own that asset and you can manage it. Thing is, Web3 technology, it's something that requires time to be adopted by browsers, by technology. So these are things that goes into steps.
Okay.
But it's what I mean by better. It's because right now, for example, a Web2 domain requires weeks sometimes to be transferred, and you cannot actually. It's difficult also to manage for make it rentable.
Yes.
Or to have it into specific marketplaces. Using that and putting into Web3 enables you directly to manage, but to make transaction for transfer it in just minutes. You can do it also for handling the information. You can set up also a domain where you can set up records, basically using some voting mechanism, which is something like for a forum or something that can happen. And you can make it rentable, directly rentable to everyone without having someone that needs to manage it, totally automated. This is thanks to Web3. So I would say that it's definitely better Web3 technology. It requires time, as I said.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, do you know, while you are waiting for the answer, is Maria live or not? How do you launch a TLD? Do you mint them as NFTs or?
Okay, I take this.
Thank you.
First of all, Maria is totally locked, so it's not available to others. So
Okay.
it's reserved.
Thank you. Yes, reserved. Yes.
It works in this way. So we have a 2-level thing. The first process is to pre-order. Like you purchase the domain, you purchase the TLD, and we say, okay, it's there.
Okay.
Then you need to choose to mint it and where to mint it. Let's stop one moment to say mint. Mint is not only the thing that you can eat. Mint is the process of forging the domain inside the blockchain.
Okay.
This process it's called in this way because one thing important is that when you put that, you cannot remove it. So it's important that you put it there, then it's there. So when you mint it, okay, what is important to take into action is to understand who's going to be the owner, like the actual container, like the bank account, let's say, that owns it. That bank account in the blockchain, it's called the wallet address. Okay. And the wallet address itself is something like a virtual application that using private keys and some security technologies, super critical, you can actually own that asset and you can manage it without anyone else can use it. So when you choose to mint it, it means that it is going to be registered in the blockchain. So you need to choose the blockchain where you want to use it.
Okay.
And the wallet address that you want to use to store that domain or that TLD inside.
So in the beginning, I need a wallet address. I need to choose a chain. I need a wallet address. And then I can say, hey, this is my wallet address. Do I need to give you access, or are you going to come up with pre-made wallet for myself?
You need to download it right now. So you need to have the wallet by yourself.
Okay, so I need to create it first myself.
Exactly. Once you have done it, you just log into the Freename account with your own account as normal.
Okay.
You're gonna see your TLD and you're gonna click mint. You choose the blockchain. You set the wallet address, and that's it.
Okay.
However, we are simplifying also this process to make it much more easier for the ones that maybe they don't want to get too technical into the technology itself. For example, when you purchase a domain, you don't think about all the different things that happens behind the registrar. You just use your own registrar, you go there, you set your IP address for the record A, boom, that's it. Same thing, we want to reach the same thing. However, it takes time because we are super, I would say, pioneers into the technology. We are pioneers into the market. So at first, to innovate, you may need to make the things a bit by also understanding and talking with the customers to let them improve that better. So this is how it works.
Okay, and then I have a question. One of my questions. So let us say somebody from Unstoppable are watching now. Okay. And they are saying, and we know that there are the two main companies are you and Unstoppable Domains. Yes. I personally prefer you guys, just because I know you. That's personal preference, and I'm sure Unstoppable are great guys as well. What if they decide, well, we will launch .Maria as well? Bang, on the chain.
Great question. So here's an important point. On Web3 now, there is not a regulator. So what it means is that tomorrow morning someone wants to start its own business and create its own TLD with another provider, it can do it. Nobody can stop him.
Okay.
And there's going to be a collision if that TLD already exists on our system, on someone else's system. So here is a problem. How can we handle this? Okay. First of all, I want to mention that when we started Freename, we choose to block and not enable anyone to have a TLD on the icon space of the icon space. So nobody can take a TLD on the icon space. Nobody can take a TLD on the ENS space, and nobody can take a TLD of the unstoppable space. So we decided from the beginning to get rid of every possible collision because it is not possible.
Yes. Yeah.
However, exists collision, that's an issue. And what we're working is to implement and create a solution and a system that tries to solve everything here. I cannot say too much here about that right now, but it's going to be something incredible. And it's important right now that we keep into consideration that since this is an early stage market, the investment needs to be done because it's an opportunity, and also there are these kind of problems that we are facing and we are solving. So it exists. However, there is a point that since there is no standard right now infrastructure, if someone else wants to create its own version of Freename, it can do it. But then the work it has to do is to bring that to the browsers, bring that to the application, bring to everything. So it's not like since it's on the blockchain, it can be used. It doesn't work in this way. And what we did in an entire year of working was to create a lot of strong partnerships to make people access to Web3 domains with their own technology. And this is thanks to a lot of our own partners, of companies that are supporting us. We have browsers that support us. We have email companies. We have businesses. We have a lot of different activities and businesses and communities that use our own technology daily to run their own website, their own emails, and exchange information and value. Consider one thing. The first domain of Web3 of the story is the one of ENS. Of the story in general, say, because maybe that someone else has went in the past, did that, but the first popular was ENS, Ethereum name system. One thing important to say, why did it exist at the beginning? Because if you're gonna see wallet addresses, they are something complex to remember. It's much more complex than an IP address. So it's like 0x12f A, B, C, and so on. Super long. It's impossible to remember. So at the time they come up by saying, let's create a domain for managing this. So instead of sending tokens to 0x something that is possible to remember, I can just say, I send tokens to helmut.maria.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And it's easier. So that was at the time the kind of implementation. From that, everything grows to create more and more value. We are here, and I want to say that Freename is the only platform that is built on blockchain, but comes from people of the Web2 industry of domains. So what we are doing is that we are merging the things together. We want to make this accessible to registrars, to registry, to everyone that is in the space.
Okay, so just to return to the initial question, so I understand still there is, do you have good relationship with unstoppable domains? Do you have some kind of unwritten agreement, if you can share, that, hey, we have these TLDs, please do not register them, that you exchange, and basically work hand in hand for the better future? Although it cannot exclude small companies who are just starting up, who do not play by the rules. We
don't have a direct agreement.
Yes.
We have we do have talks, but there is we act in I would say with good faith activity. So what we do is we do it by recognizing that was in the market unstoppable for many years with those TLDs, so we don't touch them. Okay, and there is this kind of support reciprocally.
So if somebody comes and applies for a TLD at Freename, and you see that particular TLD is registered at, do you check? Do you actually do check? Is it already registered on some other chains or not?
In few blockchains, we do checks.
Okay.
It's difficult to manage and handle this in
Yes.
the whole space right now, because
Absolutely.
someone else from tomorrow can start its own new domain space. Okay, so we need to, it's difficult to handle everything, also because you need to make this technology, which means month of work to make the integration. So it's a building of infrastructure. One thing I would like to say is that we announced also that Freename has partnered with Shortdot for Web United, which is something that we're gonna present during the ICANN event in Hamburg, the 24th. So I invite everyone to go and check this, because it's a moment important where we're gonna...
I will be there as well. Yes.
You're gonna be there?
Yes, of course.
Oh, definitely. So you're gonna see, we are creating something that's gonna blow up your mind. You're gonna see that. And it's a moment where Web3 and Web2 merges together. So I never thought in my whole life as a technical guy, and also
as
someone that was dreaming to create a new kind of internet, to arrive at this point. And you're gonna see, that's something amazing.
And I can say that nobody is explaining what is there. You even cannot see. So I did receive my invitation from Lars, from the founder of Showdot, and I checked his LinkedIn page. It was fresh, and then I noticed Eleonora from Freename, and then it meant, okay, so now, okay, they must be working together. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Lars is fantastic, and Freename. Well, so and just the last one, to finish the initial question of possibility of having two TLDs. So if another company creates the same TLD on a different chain, does it mean that when I open my browser, Brave browser, there will be DNS clash?
It doesn't mean that, because it requires that one to be integrated with Brave.
So you are integrated with Brave? Freename is, yes?
We are working into.
Oh, you are working with it. Okay.
Because there is something more, but I can tell you.
Yes, Brave says that, and I personally love Brave. Brave says that there is Web3 support. I understand that they actually support Web3 domains, do they?
In a manner, yes.
In a manner. Not getting there.
It's not ideally how I would expect, but they are arriving there. And what I cannot share a lot.
Yes.
I think that Brave is a great solution for surfing the Web3 domain space, and they're making a lot of effort to make this possible and achievable for different spaces, and also for making the user more into the environment.
Federico, oh my God, thank you for being transparent. Seriously, man. Sometimes you talk to people and they make up the stories and their own realities, and you are like, come on, please don't feed me that story. And thank you about honesty, transparency. It is so pleasant to have a guest like you. Really, thank you. Let us see. Page how. Do Freename TLDs have annual maintenance fees? And do domains have renewables?
So happy to reply to this question. Freename doesn't have any kind of annual maintenance fees on TLDs. It doesn't ask for any domain renewable, never. So when you purchase domain, when you purchase TLD, that is yours forever.
What's the transfer fee? Domain name transfer fee?
The transfer fees?
Yes, transfer fee of a domain name.
Okay, so the transfer fees of the domain name, it's something that happens because every kind of operation that happens on the blockchains requires to be paid.
Yes, gas fees, yes.
Exactly, they are called gas fees. They are not with the methane, nothing. It's called gas fees. And it's because the blockchain, the way it works and operates, it's thanks to different computers that all around the globe, they do calculation between each other to handle the data, the infrastructure, and keep it safe. So by doing this, they requires a reward. And that reward is called tokens, or crypto also to say.
Yes.
This means that using these, every kind of operation that you ask to the blockchain, so for example, I want to send this domain to Helmut, they ask a bit of a fee. How much is it? We are talking about 10 cents of dollars, so nothing complex. I mean, it's super cheap. When you pay that, before
Depending from the blockchain.
it depends on the blockchain. There are blockchains that requires a bit more.
Ethereum, yes.
Ethereum, for the one who doesn't know, it's the one of, I would say, the biggest and the most also recognized in the market as best infrastructure. That is totally a blockchain of great value. It has a problem right now, the scalability. When it has been designed, it was a long time ago, so it was in 2014. Right now, we have much more users than the time.
Yes.
And so what it means that is using the same infrastructure, the different computers that runs the calculation can operate and do, let's say, 100 or 1,000 operations simultaneously. But you have maybe thousands of operations that you want to run. So people challenge themselves by saying, I pay more in fees to make you do my own calculation.
Okay.
So what happens is that in this way, the price of the calculation get higher.
Yes.
How much? Right now, a transfer operation on Ethereum is around $10.
Okay.
We operate in Polygon, which is one of the biggest blockchain, and it's also called layer 2 blockchain because it relies on Ethereum to certify the value of the information.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I love it. Yes. Okay.
Less.
Yes. For the safety, Ethereum is definitely much. The security is much higher once you get involved. Yes, Ethereum.
However, I want to get into one thing. So this is a technical topic.
Yes.
We have people here that maybe they just love the domain.
That's okay. They need to. Yeah.
I want to say, don't get don't have fear about that. It's a bit of technology that right now we talked about, but it's because we are in the early stage. Consider that long time ago we were talking about assembly code, kind of different CPUs on protocols and so on the standard PC. Right now we don't think about it. We just say, okay, what is Intel E7? Okay, great, I use that. It's AMD. Okay, great, I use that. No problem.
Okay.
We're gonna be in the same during the time. We're now pioneers, so we talks about technology. But more the time comes, more it became easier, smoother, and you just no need to also to think about and overwhelm about Ethereum, ENS, and so on. You just do your Web3 domains, Web3 TLDs, you purchase that, easy peasy, and you use that. That's gonna be the trouble that we're working on.
Absolutely, and still we will not withhold ourselves back. We'll ask a bit more technical questions. Look who's here.
Oh,
Lars. So those who do not know, Lars Jensen is founder and the head and the leader of Show.sa from Luxembourg, and they are the 4th or 5th largest registrar in the world, and they operate 5 different TLDs. Yes. ICU, SBS.bond, and yes, CFD, and I'm missing one more. Yes, absolutely fantastic guy. Here's an interesting question. So I see that James is saying Helmut's extension is available for $399. Then this one is Co-UK is $2,000. And now I have a question about this one. Host Maria. So Host Maria is a registered trademark. If somebody comes and launches host Maria. Can I, as a trademark owner, send you the issuer a legal paper and say, hey guys, Web3 is awesome, crypto is awesome, but please know the borders. And if you do not remove it, that is what I would do. I would say, you have issued this extension. If you do not remove it, I will make sure your company is removed. What would you say on that case?
Great question. So, right, we have a specific office to also manage and deal with IP protection. We collaborate directly also with IP lawyers to give more trust to the industries. And we also have great companies that are really, they have reserved their own TLD inside their own platform. We recognize the trademark, and also we help our own customers to trademark their own TLDs.
Okay.
Also to make like a safety against others that maybe want to create and issue TLDs on the
so brand protection.
Exactly. So we recognized this from the beginning of from first day it was also our thoughts from the beginning. So we do
yes.
So we have a specific point for that. There is also a way to deal on this kind of situation. However, this is a topic a bit complex. But we take care of a lot about the TLDs and the IP protection. So this is why we have a specific office dedicated for this.
Wow, specific, even the whole office.
Yeah. We have people in a room only for this.
Okay, my mom is here even.
Ciao.
Okay, ciao. Here's a question from Chiara. Chiara is from your team, actually. Yes.
Yes, Chiara, she's from the marketing, social.
Yes, and why people that don't know much about Web3 or crypto or blockchain should think to get a Web3 domain in 2023? Actually, a very good question. Yes.
Let's start from this. Let's forget about blockchain, crypto, Web3. Take this out from a second.
Okay. Remove them.
Do you need to know about TCP/IP protocols? Do you need to know about database, MySQL, SQLs when you want to have a domain on standard world right now? You don't need to. You just purchase that.
Yep.
That's the same thing. The thing is, and which is different, is that you can own a TLD. So if you want to start from the beginning, you say, I want to have my TLD. Okay, you can go and maybe ask for the ICANN run of 2026 that maybe requires a bit of time and also budget. Or maybe you can say, you know what, I will reserve this. It has been already supported by different companies, different protocols, different browsers. Let's go with the Web3 domains. Do I have to understand a lot of technicalities? Not required. Also, the platform is super easy. You just need to connect with your Facebook or Google account. Easy peasy. But you can get the benefits of using that. This is what we've designed for a long time. So replying to Chiara, so what they have to think, I think they have to think on their business perspective. So what they see behind their own TLD. And I think that is the thing that they need to think about. And they don't need to get into the complexities of the technology itself. The technology itself, it's the trust that what you're purchasing, it's yours. That's the point you need to know. Full stop.
Thank you. Now a different question.
Yeah.
I do not like lifetime offers. Me as a person who comes from the hosting industry, whenever I see lifetime hosting is being sold, there are only two possible options. Only two possible options, not a third one. One, a person or a company are scammers. Mm-hmm. They will take in quickly the money and they will disappear. The second one, the founders or the company is so small and they have no experience and they do not know that running operations come with cost. Even you just mentioned you have your law team, yes, law department, and the wages need to be paid, offices need to be rented. There are lots and lots of expenses, and I'm getting .Maria. What if I do not want to sell the domain names? for one lifetime fee. I want to go traditional route. I'm saying, look, our price is an annual price.
Okay, I reach you on this. So first of all,
with renewables, it doesn't get renewed, expires.
yeah. So I reach you on all these topics.
Yes, thank you.
Start at first with one thing: the lifetime of a purchase or something. So you
Yes.
mentioned that it seems like a scam, something like that, because they want to earn and then disappear. Okay. And that's one thing that is different from the Web3 and the blockchain.
Okay.
Because on the blockchain, when you purchase the asset and the asset is minted, it's yours. And the thing is that since it's yours and it's there, it's reachable. It can be used. Okay, so it's not like a hosting service that maybe you purchase that, tomorrow it fades and all the servers are shut down and nobody uses them anymore because it's not achievable. You cannot reach it. When it's an asset on the blockchain, it's on the blockchain, so you can use it, you can reach it.
Yes.
This is one thing. Getting into the point of your question. So I have a my TLD and I want to have people to purchase my domain, but I want to have it not on the like saying for forever policy, but as a renewable thing. I reply you on this. We have the reseller API.
So sorry, once again, could you repeat it, please?
Sure thing. So, and I will recap also that if you want to have your own domain with renewable fees, so not without that is like the policy of one lifetime.
Yes.
Thing, you can do it with our own reseller API.
Okay.
What are these? So what we have built is an infrastructure.
Yes.
Infrastructure allows you to have TLDs and domains to make it resolvable, reachable from browsers, from application, from wallets, etc., etc. However, there's one thing. This is the default policy. This is how we handle the asset, how we manage them for the people, for our own community. So who purchased with us? It's forever for them. You are pointing on the point that you are a TLD owner and you say, I want the renewable thing.
Yes.
That is an added level of policy layer that you can add.
Okay.
And through our reseller API, you can make that as a subscription. You can make it as a renewable fees. You can handle that. So there are technicalities that you can add and trigger on with the
very nice.
It's something that we didn't put inside our own default infrastructure because it would make complexities to the end user to say, wait, this one needed to pay, this one is a renewal, how does it work? I have confusion now. No, we make that simple.
Okay, no, that's cool. Okay, the next one, how can I allow once the TLD is available? How can I allow my users, my community, to register .maria domain names on my website? I'm using WHMCS.
Great question, and now I reply to you also on this. So we have different ways. So one thing I want to mention first is that when you are all TLD owners can choose the grants settings. What it means? That means actually that via the grants, you can choose to that your TLD can be only the domains on the TLD can be purchased by everyone in our own platform. Second grant level is that only you can mint domains. So let's say that you are a business company.
Yes.
A great business company. You say, I want to reserve my TLD and I don't want nobody to purchase a domain on my TLD because what I want is that I want to use it only for business purposes.
Okay, so for the business purposes of my company, for example, Amazon has got and Google has got some TLDs and they are using them just for themselves. Yes,
exactly. Same thing. You can do it already right now with Freename. So let's say tomorrow you as a bank, you want to create only the domain for every different banks in the territory. You can do it, but only for you via this grant.
Okay.
This is the second thing. Third level, which is not available in the platform but is under the code, is the level of I can allow domains to be minted, but only via my reseller APIs.
Okay.
So with that level, that means that you, Helmut, you can choose to say only from my website or only from my application based on my rules, people can mint domains. And so based on how you want to make it, subscription, like a renewal, how you prefer.
Yes. I wanted .Maria to be bought. Yes, via our crypto only, via Maria coin only.
Okay.
Even not Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin has got enough use case, and with an annual fee. Nothing expensive, but and still nothing way too cheap that it can be used by bad actors. I strongly believe that introducing fees a bit higher than $2 is crucial to keep away bad actors who will almost always will go for the cheapest products possible.
It's an approach, definitely. Yes.
Yes. What do you do if blockchain is blockchain? Once it is out there, it is out there. A bad actor registers a TLD with you.
Mm-hmm.
Racists, I don't know, something that is not acceptable today. It was acceptable maybe 2,000 years ago, but not today. Can you stop their operations at your level as you are providing the backend?
So we can prevent this. And that's actually what we work with our team daily, also to consider this kind of situation. There is one thing that specifically for this kind of topic I would like to take, and but I cannot say that right now. There's going to be some days to wait on this. We are working to also manage CSAMs, and which is child sexual abuse content.
Yes.
And
So
also DNS abuse stuff. I cannot say too much right now. I really want, but I cannot. In few months, you're gonna see a lot about that. That's gonna blow up your mind. This is what the topic is important. You mentioned our important topic, the content. Right now, in Web3 domain space, nobody is managing that, and it's a great threat. And this is what we are looking into.
this is amazing, Federico. It is amazing to see a company like yours. When the first time I established contact with you, it was amazing to see that you want to create a good relationship with ICANN, with other industry players. It is fantastic. And from the other side, quite sad to see when crypto companies just say, hey, I'll work from home. I don't need anybody. I don't need to know anybody. Come on.
I actually, as I mentioned in the London Domain Summit that we did in August,
Thank you.
I mentioned technology is here to disrupt. We are here to bring that to everybody. So this is what we are working on. And I'm open to discuss with registries, to whom is in ICANN that wants to come, to everybody of the community of domains that wants to understand what we are doing, how we're doing, what we can do with the infrastructure together. We are here to help. We are here to stay, and we are here to collaborate into this.
Okay, the next one. My user gets a website, a domain name. Now, a domain name without a website is nothing. It's nothing. And basically unusable. Only as an investment, maybe. What are the hosting options now? Is it easy to host? Is it easy to host a website, a Web3 domain name?
Okay, I reply to you in a technical perspective of what happens under the hood.
Yes.
So on Web3 domains, you can use the Web3 domains. You can both use as hosting, normal hostings, and also decentralized hostings. So
okay.
You can also decentralized website. Getting into the topic in your question specifically, what I can say is that how does it work right now? A domain browsing into a website. So with your own browser, you type a domain name, you enter it, and you know that under the hood there is a DNS server that gets into the domain, fetches the right information, got the IP address of the hosting, and then the browser makes the connection to retrieve the content.
Yes.
But the hosting itself is not hosting only your website. It's also hosting other website content. So how does it work? Well, actually, on that side, the hosting has a little HTTP server that listens to all the different requests coming from the different browsers that are outside there. And every browser, when it makes a connection to an IP address and asks for a website content, in the request, it tells also the origin, so the domain from where it's coming.
Okay. Yes.
This thing can be really implemented also with Web3 domains. So you can have really an HTTP domain, HTTP server that is waiting for a response or a request coming from a Web3 domain. So there's not a problem with that. The issue, I would like to say, so it's totally normal.
Yes.
So as normal thing, issue is the SSL part. So the certification 501, okay, X.501 certification, which is for the HTTPS. Right now with Free Domain, they don't have an HTTPS connection. Why? Because to have a HTTPS connection, what you need is that you need a certification authority,
Yes,
that resolves Web3 domains to make this possible. I cannot say too much, but we're working also into this.
Oh, that's no, and it is fantastic that you are working it. So you are saying that actually, even though the technology exists, I would not be able to activate SSL for Web3 domains. That's interesting.
Right.
Of course, you will get there. The technology is so new. Technology is so new. Okay. And what if I'm using Cloudflare?
Also, Cloudflare requires to resolve Web3 domains.
So it will be the same, yes?
Yeah. And this is why I'm saying we are pioneering into this. We are building technology, we are making the partnership. There is great opportunity right now. And the thing is that we need to have that. And step by step.
Of course, of course. That's interesting. And now a question. So once a user buys through the registrar IP on my website a domain name, for example, Federico.Maria, what DNS records are there by default?
Okay, so it works in this way. Web3 domain, they do not point to a name server.
Yes.
So by default, the DNS records are empty.
Are empty. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay. And after that, is it easier? So, but if people are registering, so I'm trying to find different approaches. Does it cost to make DNS changes?
Always, it's a writing operation inside the blockchain. So
yes,
as we said before, it requires to pay the gas fees, which is the way we ask the blockchain to work and to elaborate calculations.
I see.
It costs, but it costs obviously like some cents, so nothing complex.
So nothing like that. As DNS changes are done quite often, and if there are just few cents, then it's fine. Yes. With Ethereum, if we were talking a year ago, then the story would be totally different. People would get mad. 150 or 200, maybe even 500 for a quick change.
Exactly. No, but a bit less. But actually, this is why we actually working with Polygon instead, because it's way cheaper and safer and robust at the same time.
And also, this is where we. Sorry for interrupting. And this is what we can say. Hey, changes. The chain will synchronize very, very quickly, and the DNS changes will appear immediately. If you are changing the name servers, you need to wait up to 72 hours. There are some registrars who are very quick. Some are slower, and some are notorious for that 72 hours is just well, that was a good day. You should wait for longer.
Exactly. But I want here also to tell you something more.
Yes.
So And this is also part of why Web3 is rocking. So let's say that the .Maria is handled by you and other maybe other two friends. You are without two friends together to work on the .Maria.
Okay.
And you want to say to them, guys, let's do this. We can enable and we can choose to that via voting, we can set up the record we want to set in every domain that we use. With Web3 domains, you can do it. So you can have that directly. There are ways to do it because instead of having the wallet to owns the domain, you can create a little, let's say, called smart contract. That is a little application that keeps the domain for you and manage the logic to set the records. Via this, what I'm saying is that you can enable a smart contract also to make it rentable. So think about a domain that you have. I would say super.car. I don't know, just an example.
Yes.
You say this one rocks. I love it, and I want that people can rent it for when they want to make like a car showcase. So they rent it for a period, and they want to set their own record for the website to promote it. Now you can do it with the Web3 domains. So think about this, and so you can enable with this technology to people to set these records, to handle that. You can manage it. So if you want to maybe be like an administrator or what they put, you can remove it, you can block it. And so it's important. But in this way, you can make that rentable, people can use it, and it's an asset that has a more value. And it's not just trading that, you can use in this way, and it's totally automatically.
Have you got some demo accounts that you could use and show us the inside?
Right now, I can't about that. We are working a lot into this.
Yes.
There are demos of other kinds of asset on the blockchain that you can run in the same way.
Yes.
But I would like
our live stream allows to share the screen, and I was curious if we could open a dashboard and see, as visuals do help. If you can, then it's fine.
Right now I don't have it easy on my hand. Is that as in technical perspective, this is what you can achieve. And right now, for example, there are marketplaces that what they do is that, for example, they do like fractionalization of assets or Web3.
Okay.
So you can like use that or manage it with other communities together without actually need to understand technology behind. It's totally useful for everyone.
Okay. The next question. So if I wish to have, if I do not want to trust just Polygon, and I want to have on multiple chains my TLD, is it doable, or I need to make a choice of one and then I'm stuck with it?
It needs to be in one chain.
Okay.
You can bridge. What I mean is that you can move it from one chain to another.
Okay.
But must be only one chain, because there is the importance of one single source of truth. If you have it on two blockchains and in one you sell it, which one is the right one? Who is the owner?
Exactly.
So you need it must be in one chain. By chain, for the ones who doesn't know, I mean blockchain. Okay.
Blockchain, yes, of course. Okay, that's interesting. And what are the choices? Once again, what are the choices of the blockchains that you support?
So what we support is that we support Polygon, which is as a standard de facto after Ethereum one of the most used blockchains. Okay. Then we have BSC, Binance Smart Chains, which is for the communities that are on Binance, and it's a good one. We have Aurora blockchain, which is a blockchain that enables you to do transfer and transaction for free. So it's much more for an easier user experience perspective.
Okay. Yes.
And then we have, and also we work to support implement Solana.
Okay.
And Kronos.
I love Solana. They've gone through so much.
It's really good. It's a really good
I love Solana. Yes.
Yeah. Definitely yes. And with Solana, it enables all the community of Solana guys to have a domain on Solana, to handle it, and using their own activities and DAOs.
Very nice. Can we talk about emails?
I have a bit to go in sometimes because we are 8 p.m. CET. So I need actually to go in a few minutes, but we can maybe do a little question on this.
Yes. So can we talk about emails?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Web3 emails. Once a website is hosted of a Web3 domain, nothing stops users sending out emails now.
Exactly. The protocol of SMTP and of IMAP4, IMAP4, which are the protocols that we use to send emails.
Yes.
They what they requires is only that they need to have the resolution of the domain itself. So once that is actually managed and they have the record MX to point to the right email address, okay.
Yes.
Email, let's say email folder where emails are stored in the server, then everything works. So on the email side, the protocol itself, it's also possible really to support Web3 domains. We need just to implement that resolution part, and we also have already done some work on this with some companies and businesses. The thing and the cool thing is that with Web3 domains, you not only manage standard emails, but also Web3 emails. That is a bit different. For example, right now, if I send you an email, and maybe we are both on Google, our email is inside the Google folders of emails.
Yes. Yes.
We trust Google, but maybe some more little companies that runs emails, maybe they can check. Nobody stops them to see the content of every email.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Web3 emails are different. Web3 emails actually crypt all the content based on the wallet that is the receiver. So with Web3 emails, all the different emails that are sent, they are encrypted totally, and only the owner of the recipient of that email can open the content and see that.
Maybe we can create additional stream on emails, on Web3 emails.
Yes, we can do it.
It seems that the sentences you said triggered, like, I don't know, at least 5-6 different questions from my side.
I know.
No, this is amazing what you are doing. How big is your team?
Well, our team is fantastic. It's a team that is from all around the world.
Yes.
We have really people super, I would say, super incredible of skills, talent, creativity, and also ability to handle the difficulties. We are in an environment that is always full of uncertainties, and we need to face them, and we need to give the right operation, right support. We had a lot onto this. And I can say that the entire team of Freename, from the technical guys that I manage directly, my friends, my colleagues, that shapes the entire technology and works and blended all my crazy ideas and all the ideas that we've created and we put down into reality, they are fantastic. They are doing a super great job. And also in parallel, the entire team of the operation, the marketing and the partnership and the legal part, everyone is inside there, choose to get into something which was a niche, a technical complexity, but something that is for everyone now, something super incredible that we are achieving. We are right now growing, and we are a company which is based in Switzerland. We are doing something great, and I'm really happy that everyone together, we do a lot. What also I want to say, it's a team that is funny, loves to enjoy and to learn more things, and loves the challenges. I think that what we have created, it's a team that really rocks and is willing to bring what we're building with Freename as infrastructure and have everything as something that is going to revolutionize the entire domain industry. I personally, I'm super enthusiastic of this.
I would say that I love the fact that the Freename is a company registered in Switzerland or Luxembourg. Where are you? Switzerland. I don't know. It just seems that Europe is actually the safest place for crypto industry in the world. I would argue that UAE or Dubai is not as safe, as you need a local partner to establish a company. you need to maintain, and it just seems that Europe, and especially Switzerland and Luxembourg, seem to be the perfect spots. So it is amazing. It is amazing for that reason. And who are your investors? And congratulations on fantastic seed round, 2.5 million US.
2.5 million, yes, US dollars.
Bang! That's
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are great investors coming from different markets, also, I would like to say, because we have some that are directly from the blockchain industries that have seen the potential and they said, guys, we are rocking. It's not about crypto. It's not about tokens.
That's
what we're
fantastic.
building is something stunning. We
Yes.
want to be part of it and we want to support you. And we have also other investors coming also from the more standard traditional industries that are like brave people that say, you guys, we are with you. I would like to say that in a pre-seed round, it's a bet on the team. In a seed round, it's a bet on the project.
Yes.
We are, and I'm happy to say that we are accomplishing everything we are doing. So I'm really happy of what are our own results. And we are creating our investors. They are not only the guys like they come and say, you know what, here's the money, see you in a year. No, they are with us. We do weekly calls together to make and discuss and align and see maybe if we can do something more, how we can improve it. So like, we like to say they are like part of the team, like with us.
Okay.
And this is important because it's crucial in a startup that is growing. It's crucial to make the right steps. We
Absolutely.
need always to do the thing. So surely there's going to be maybe issues sometime, bugs, things that needs to be handled. It's part of the normal business. If
100%. Yeah.
we will be that, so everyone can maybe start a business. We are here and we have handled a lot of challenges. And I would like to say that we're going to see in the future a lot of challenges too. So I'm pretty confident. And why I say I'm confident? Because we have good investors that believe in us and we have a good team. And I'm really, really happy of what we are achieving.
That's fantastic. And I've got one. Shall I leave the last question?
Please go.
So we have our own blockchain. Yes, Maricoin. We have it is a layer 1 cryptocurrency, a PIVX fork. I'm always very transparent. We are not token. We are a coin with our own blockchain. We have over 1,000 master nodes. And yeah, if I wanted to create a layer 2 on our chain, can I integrate it with Freename? I would, if it is possible, I would be personally motivated to set aside finances for that and human power as well.
Okay, so I can reply on the technical side. It's possible on the technical side.
Yes.
On business side and process side, we need to discuss together.
Yes. And so potentially possible.
Potentially possible.
Expensive?
We need to discuss because it depends on what blockchain you want to implement and how you want to do it. Consider that we are going into, and this is what I see, into a market that tomorrow it doesn't care about in which blockchain it is, it expects to be resolved. So maybe it's not needed to be in that specific blockchain. It's required to be achievable and handled. However, we are open to these discussions. In terms of cost and implementation, I can't actually give some estimation into this because it's a bit of both technical and business part, and
yes,
based on priorities. Right now, we are pushing a lot, and the next month you're gonna see what we're gonna rolling out.
So then we can have a chat. I can have a chat with you when we are in Hamburg, and I can torture you a bit with questions and with
definitely yes, and you are not torturing. No worries.
I would definitely love to plug in our chain into your system, seriously. And the things you do is absolutely fantastic. Barry is an influential UK domainer and global domainer, very successful, and he is very influential in crypto as well. So Federico was in London Domain Summit. Well, you could come. Maybe next year. Now you need to wait for a year. Okay, and let us then maybe let us leave this as a last question. Yes, by Barry. Hey Federico, what inspired you to start your own Web3 domain registration company, and what unique features or services do you believe set your company apart from the others in the industry? Shall we go to the? So we did the very fast. The first part of the question we did in the very beginning. Let us stick to the last one.
Yes, great question, Barry. So I mentioned at the beginning, I will circle this back to you right now. So in just a little brief, then if you want to get deeper into everything, the story behind, you just rewind the video later and to see that. What I want to say is that we started, me, David, and Mattia. We are the three co-founders of Freename. With my own past, I was always loving technology and also business side. And my idea from the beginning was to have my own, let's say, internet. That was my dream when I was 12 years old. By talking, and we were everyone on the co-founders, we are into the domain industry. Me for technical reasons, I'm the CTO, so Chief Technology Officer behind Freename. Davide is more on the it's the CEO, so he's more on the business side, strategy side, and Mattia on the part of management and also marketing. Together, we were discussing about there were 3 domains. There was something that was happening at the time with ENS and Unstoppable, and we said, why we don't do our own ones? And we say, you know what? We can actually make everyone being able to own their own TLD, top level domain, like on google.com, the .com part, you can add your own one, your custom one, and earn royalties for every domain purchased in that TLD. This here is the value and is the differentiation from our competitors also. So in the industry, we are the ones that bring the entire infrastructure to make you able to have your own TLD, have your own domains, and people purchase domains on your TLD, and have everything achievable and resolvable on browsers, wallets, and blockchains and other applications. So this is what we do.
Thank you. And I understand that Federico needs to go. We have just started the question.
I have another moment, and in that moment, I'm gonna also share a bit more information that right now I can't disclose. But it's gonna be also this other time, as mentioned to you.
Okay. People can buy. Of course, people can buy domains with crypto. Yes, on your website.
Yes, exactly. They can purchase that with fiat currencies and also cryptocurrencies.
Cryptocurrencies. Okay, thank you. And then maybe the last thing, advice to all the young technologists who are struggling to find their own niche, or they have this big dream and they are moving towards it. Like you guys at Freename, I absolutely love what you have done. I love your approach, clear message, your crazy social media stuff, energetic and stuff like that. I'm always like calm. Absolutely love it. And from your perspective, to those who are just starting or struggling, to young technologists, thank you.
So here what I like to say, you have an idea, great, but that idea needs to match a market. So don't stuck into building complexities and a castle behind that idea. At first, try as in a much cheaper way possible to see if what you want to do and your idea, it's something that the market is interested into purchasing. Why I say this? Because every one of us, when it has an idea, sees behind a potential, okay? And sometimes we fell in love with that idea. However, we are biased. And so most of the times we don't look if the idea itself works or not. We start building it. And that's the point. When you're building it and you put that into the market and nobody cares about that, well, actually, you have lost time. So it's better maybe to start by trying to do with the cheapest way possible to validate that idea. The idea doesn't work, maybe works in a halfway, you are totally free to change the idea without actually having to reinvent a new business, having to rewrite an entire code. When you see the things are working, you start building. We did the same with Freename. And I want to say with a little story about this, the story of Slack, the application for sending messages in companies. One of the founders of Slack was one of the founders of Flickr, the social media for pictures at the time.
Yahoo acquired, yes.
Yahoo purchased that. After he purchased that, he said, okay, you know what? I want to start my new business. And what he did is that he actually founded a company of gaming. And he creates a game, a video game. It has been a bit of a fiasco, so not a lot of people play that game. However, he has noticed that a lot of people were using the chat of that game. And he got an idea. He saw the chat of the game, and he imagined that with the experience of Flickr, or where they had to send a lot of emails with pictures, files, and documents, and so on. And he's trying to say and to see if that chat was working into businesses for these kind of purposes. So it took from the game the chat, put that into a little bit, some business to test it. He saw they were using that and they were loving it. And he started from that to evolve that and evaluate and make it better. So to all the people, I would like to say that wants to start a startup, do things in this way. First of all, get inspired. Second of all, don't love your idea. Try to make and destroy it to see that it's still working. And test it, validate it before bringing and building anything. When you're validated and you see that there is a market that wants to purchase or use it or give value to your idea, then it's the moment to build something. And you start little to grow in the time.
Oh, that's beautiful. And about Barry's question, Barry's saying yes, perfectly answered. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Barry.
And wishing you all the best. And what I would say, with time, you will see more and more probably companies who will try to replicate what Freename and Unstoppable have achieved. I would highly suggest trusting your business in the hands of more experienced companies, and especially companies who provide backend. And if those companies vanish in the air, the backend will vanish. And yes, you will still have your TLD, but you will not be able to operate it. So I would highly suggest to use a professional company like Freename. Get your own TLD with fantastic with technologists, with great team, with investors, with perfect location, Switzerland, registered in Switzerland, from the legal side, and it's beautiful. And they are so open. Just please go to their social media accounts, subscribe and follow them, and try to find, I would say definitely try to find them in person. They keep traveling, they keep going to different events, and visibility, openness, and ready to talk to the people is fantastic.
Definitely, yes. Thank you very much, Helmut.
Thank you.
See you on ICANN in Hamburg if you're going to be present.
I will be, yes.
And you're going to see also about Web United event where we're going to announce what we are building.
Looking towards. Okay, and thank you all for watching, and please look more into Freename. Bye.
Freename.io. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Are you running a domain business? Did you know that we offer premium memberships at acorndomains.co.uk and dnforum.com? One membership for both forums. dnforum.com is the oldest active domain name forum in the world, with over 536,000 members and established in 2001. acorndomains.co.uk is the main online community for the UK domain investors, with over 15,500 members and established in 2004. We offer different premium memberships to help you to reach your business goals, starting from an individual membership, which includes numerous perks, to a platinum membership. For more details, please visit either of the forums or simply leave a comment on this video and we will contact you. Thank you for considering our premium membership. We look towards helping you to reach your